Hey guys, like, comment, subscribe. Just doing a couple WWE videos. Royal Rumble tonight. Always fun to watch, even if you're not a diehard WWE fan. We're each going to predict a winner. First, what I think is going to happen. Obviously, a lot of news in the WWE, or I guess a lot of storylines with the Fiend, Randy Orton. He's, quote, gone now, whatever. I think what they're going to do, probably use one of the later spots, bring him back, and probably have him win the Rumble. They don't have many other, I guess, kind of surprise storylines they could do. And this just kind of feels like once you do any kind of just digging a bit, it kind of just makes sense. And I guess we have a bit more reasoning for that as well, connected to WrestleMania too.
Yeah, and that's definitely it, right? There's a little bit more of a storyline that can play off here. And the very predictable thing about the Royal Rumble tonight was going to be the Goldberg McIntyre match. Nobody believes that the WWE is going to have Drew McIntyre, lose to Goldberg, lose the title to Goldberg. They've been building him up as their biggest star, him and Roman Reigns, for a long time now. And nobody really believes that they're going to put it all into 54-year-old Goldberg. But if you really think of the bigger picture, it really could line up very well if the Fiend wins the Royal Rumble and Goldberg wins the title tonight, and then they could line up for a match together with a title on the line at WrestleMania. And we have to remember that in the past, of course, Goldberg and the Fiend had that match, and both of them said that it definitely was not a good match. Goldberg didn't prepare to fight against someone as large as the Fiend. He was supposed to originally fight Roman Reigns that night. So this is definitely something that could be a bigger picture storyline. I don't know if they go that way, but if we're talking a surprise to the fans, this would definitely be a good storyline for them to build up. And they can still spin off McIntyre onto one of the bigger names as well, because he's already a big name by himself. Meanwhile, the Fiend is still kind of raising that hype on his own game.
Yeah, and I feel like at the end of the day, usually what they tend to do for WrestleMania, obviously they kind of have like a big name match that's no title, and then a title match as well. So, I mean, regardless, even if he doesn't come back, could be possible that we see that match between them. But I feel like no matter what with McIntyre at WrestleMania, they know they'll get a good match, whether it's a title match against the legend. No matter what, it's going to be good on his end. So that's why I think, again, I'd kind of lean towards that too, where if they could attach a title to Goldberg just for that 2 month kind of span and then hand it off to the Fiend, it gives Goldberg a bit more of a draw because no one just wants to see him wrestle for the sake of just wrestling, like we've seen with Undertaker, with the other Bray Wyatt matchup, like you mentioned. So it's a hard sell without a title on the line, honestly.
And that's the thing, right? Because they brought in Goldberg back about 2 years ago now, almost 2 years ago, and they gave him a title right away. And people are like, "Whoa, no way! Why would they do this?" Because he needs to be relevant, and the way that he's relevant is by having a title attached to him. And this just creates and builds upon a storyline. Goldberg has actually been in the news recently talking about that match with the Fiend. And anytime that WWE sees something in the news picking up a natural progression that people wanting to see it without them having to sell it, it means that maybe there might be people that are outside of the regular fan base that would be interested in watching this match.
Definitely. And with Orton and Edge 1 and 2 being announced too, we know they're going to have a lot of match time. And we know it's not going to be a no name who's going to eliminate guys like that. It's going to be someone like The
Big
Fiend who's
one.
going to come out very late. Orton's going to maybe even look like he's going to be on track to win, maybe Final Four. And then obviously a guy like that is going to eliminate him. So again, that's our first prediction. Check out the next video for the second one. We'll be posting that obviously right now. It's in the card. So feel free to check it out.